salad and watch.
It's a nut rising. It's a nut rising.
What's up, people?
Hey, everybody.
How you doing today, Scott? Everybody knows who we are by now, I'm thinking. Edie and Scott. Great live stream.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. We got a jam-packed show for everyone today.
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
Just want to remind everybody to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, text your friends. Let's get an audience.
Yes. And
this show you're not going to want to miss.
And I apologize to all conspiracy theorists out there. All of them. I
was going to say at least a good 90%.
I mean, maybe not flat Earth, but I was even thinking like flat Earth might, I haven't. No. I'm what I'm saying is flat Earth might be one of those CIA propaganda things to get people to think, oh God, conspiracy people are so stupid. I wouldn't be surprised at all. That would
and the overwhelming shock of it makes you think this can't be true.
Right. Right. And I'm pretty sure conspiracy theory was a term invented by CIA.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. So I want to start with your amazing graphic. This just blew me away. He always does good. Scott always does good work.
You were the one that gave me the George Orwell idea to start the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. If you see the eye behind it.
Yeah, that's one of the posters of the original. I wasn't sure. I didn't deep dive into that aspect of it, but it was such a cool graphic. And then so we got everything in this show today.
We've got Valentine's Day, we have Kurt Cobain, we have Baal, and we have 1984. What more could you want? And the Green Party. And
I didn't even know what Baal was. That's the thing about this. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing has been very educational. Okay, that's a weird way of putting it.
I wish in a better way. Although
you learn something new every day.
Ignorance is bliss and knowledge can be painful.
Yeah.
What is it they say? Enlightenment is not this happy-go-lucky, light and flowers and sunshine. It breaks things.
Yeah.
The light needs to come into the darkness.
Yeah, I know.
So, but this was brilliant. And we got a lot about all this today. We're going to try to get to it. And hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah. We may or may not get to some of the comments. We don't have our producer with us today, but we really want to try to get to the show. Might even go up to 2 hours. So we're going to get started, I guess. Let's start. Do you have Butchware? I think it's the first. Which one's
I thought Good Morning was.
Oh, Good Morning. Yeah. That was the old lineup. We readjusted this until this morning. Let me know when you got it up. Oh, I got it. And can you make it big or no?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
Okay. It's 5 minutes. Do you want?
Good morning, America.
When to stop it?
It's a new day and a chance to make monumental change. I encourage everyone to go to www.house.gov, find your representative, and contact them immediately. Today, February the 11th, the House Committee on Appropriations, Subcommittee on Homeland Defense will hold a hearing at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time to move forward to fund or not fund ICE with the remaining budget that they need. And the deadline is Friday, February 13th.
Yeah, it didn't go through.
The chairman of Tom Cole, Republican from Oklahoma, and the ranking member of the minority, Democrat Rosa DeLauro of Connecticut, both take money from AIPAC. Both take money from pro-Israel lobbyists. For example, Cole took $648,206 from AIPAC, and DeLauro took $163,285 from AIPAC. The House Appropriations Subcommittee on Homeland Security has 39 Republicans and 28 Democrats. Every single member of this committee, every Republican and every Democrat has taken and is taking money from AIPAC.
That's good.
The Republican majority.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that makes the point. So it didn't pass. I didn't.
I can't remember what house things were in or where it was sitting. All I know is
it's House Appropriations is where it starts.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether it got through the House and didn't make it through the Senate. That's all I'm saying. And so I know that they're talking about partial government shutdown. Something. Yeah.
Shut it down then. Just
well, you know, I
mean, I know it hurts a lot of people, but
no, I think, you know, that's the game they play. They stick it in something that forces a shutdown. So that means that it has to go through, you know, it's the game they're playing.
Well, and you know why it's like this? Because they keep doing continuing resolutions instead of actually passing a freaking budget and doing their job.
Well,
and like Anthony was saying, I don't feel comfortable calling him Tony yet. I don't know him that well. You know, they just keep doing this so they can keep pushing stuff forward.
Of course. That's what I mean. They set it as something that is sitting in a place that has to go through, oh my God, or everything's going to fall apart. They force that. They could handle these things separately, individually, but no, you know, they put it all together in a package to make it.
Yeah. And that was Anthony Aguilar. If you're in North Carolina or know folks in North Carolina, go support his campaign. He's running for U.S. House in District 13 against a Republican. So looks like we got Butch up. Butch was bringing it lately.
Oh my God. I only watched part of it. I'm so excited to watch the whole thing. So here we go.
It's up.
They not like us. Beware freestyle, ready, aim, bust. About to pop out and show them. On goddess of promise. Yeah, I'm coming for Trump. Fascists get demolished. Republican and Democrat. I drone strike like Obama. At a Yemeni wedding. Double tapping the drama for Team Blue and Team Red. It's about to get drastic. Blacked out and redacted like your Epstein files. Nasty, freaky, and tragic. Get politically disgusting. But we gotta get past it. Past the mic, watch me blast it like Nas on your matic. Got a manic, frantic, scrambling. In the day's panic. You know they can't stand it. Body all in a verse. Handle light work first. Eric Swalwell, all hell, back up the hearse. Eric Swalwell for Israel and Kate for the cops. Wrote a thank you note to Ice Kid, I kid you not. He dropped draws for APAC, me I rep Tupac. And the Panthers like a fanny, good and plenty. Catching many, Katie Porter up next. Hershey beat up her ex, and she screamed at her staff. Power storm off the set, they want you drowning in debt. I get free healthcare in college, lay it down as a bet. Professor Ware dropping knowledge and dropping housing costs. And show them who the boss. Power back to the people, everyone free and equal. They care and buses too. We taking care of you, not the billionaires of Zionists. They're one Team Blue and Team Red alike. It's time to pass the mic and let a real opposition party into the fight. That brings us back to Team Red. Them fascists want us all dead. I'm gunning straight for the top. The fish rots from the head. Say Trump, I heard you like I'm young. You in them PDF files, nigga. You must think we dumb. We ain't slow like you. And I know I struck a chord. A minor is the key, cause you grape them in their teens and your little maggots. Bianco and Hilton, they all the same to me. They want ice up in the streets, so we fighting back. Coalition on a mission. Asian, Black, and Latino, and all the working class gringos, brown and native peoples, and all the folk who love freedom. We taking Cali back. They not like us. Step up, help me beat them.
Wow. Okay. So I actually I'm a musician, and you know, the thing about rap is it's one of the hardest things to do. And the other thing I'm going to say about rap is it's all about the voice. I mean, he's got them both. Really good. Because most people who are not in the music realm, when they try to rap, it's like the greatest thing ever.
It's like, please stop.
Horrific. It's horrific. So he's got some skill, and he has that tone. You know, to me,
it's like right there in that sweet spot, right?
It's wow.
Yeah, and he rose from 2% to 5% in 1 month, and their primary is not till June. So if you know people in California, text them and say, get your ass to the polls and vote for Butch Ware.
I forgot that it's a jungle primary.
Jungle primary. If he makes top 2, he'll be on the stage with whatever crappy piece of, you know. Right. I mean, Katie Porter, I mean, we've seen it. She screamed at somebody in her, get out of my effing shot. Like, and then Amy Klobuchar she's throwing her stapler at her people. Like, these people are crazy.
Well, you know, Amy Klobuchar is the one that didn't prosecute the guy who killed George Floyd. So yeah.
Yep. Who do we got next? We like starting out the show with some good news and some fight back. It's Greg Stoker.
Okay.
We love Greg too. Greg, if you're out there, would you like to come on the show? We'd love to have you. I think he's busy trying to figure out what to do in Texas. Don't see it yet.
Yeah. Well, I got one of them. We'll play them both. So, do you see it now?
There it is. Got it.
In terms of like the mainstream media, like not blaming Israel, they're actually trying to, especially the British media, is trying to mobilize people's like conditioned Russophobia to pivot Epstein to actually being a Russian intelligence asset. But it's basically just a signal from the ruling class to be like, yeah, we did it. What are you going to do about it? I saw a video from a Trump interview earlier today where he's now saying that he doesn't like people coming after Bill Clinton. You know, Bill Clinton was always like really nice to him. And even though he campaigned on like releasing the Epstein files to like destroy the Democrats and stuff, this is what we're seeing, like an expansion or a manifestation of like ruling class solidarity, right? You know, the billionaires, you have elitist politicians, both on the Democrats and the Republican side. You have a transnational global figures all bound up into this. They all hang out in the same places, the same crowds. You go to DC and a lot of high profile people or like congressional staffers or Senate staffers, it's all one big club and you ain't in it. People are now, because of the Epstein files, they know what's happening. They know he's most likely an access agent, or he was handled to be running an international like blackmail ring, or at least to infiltrate as an access agent all of these elite circles that you can't just cold approach as an intelligence officer. A lot of people are just blaming this on Israel, like the Zionist capture of our government. But that's pretty ahistorical, because if you look at ICE operations, you know, they're kind of like this quasi slave catcher Gestapo organization, like hybrid now. This has always been how the US government and ruling class operate. This is always how the British Empire, imperial elite, acted and operated. Yeah, it's debatable whether or not we've had this structured of a human trafficking operation since the abolition of slavery or the abolition of the indigenous American boarding school system. Human trafficking in general has always been a massive part of the capitalist financial sector, whether it's transnational chattel slavery, whether it's indentured servitude, like kidnapping Irish children to go work in the colonies, or like ICE detention, now being completely for profit. Thanks, Obama. The Epstein release was...
Yeah.
Oh, and in the comments, Butch commented and supported Greg. This is how we roll. Greens support each other.
Nice.
Yeah, he was in there saying Greg Stoker for Texas.
Nice.
Yeah, Butch for Cali. So if you want to go find him on, I guess that was Instagram, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So, so I don't know if you want to do the next Greg Stoker.
Yeah,
if you want to go to the ICE one. Yeah. Well, so
now
let
this
me
is
preface it a little bit.
okay.
It's about voting in November. And what we need to realize and start doing immediately, we need to create a plan to protect our voting, because this is what it's really about.
Are you ready?
No. Yep. There you go.
Don't know what the broader vision is for what comes next, stop scrolling for like 60 seconds and accept that they are going to send ICE to voting stations in your communities come November.
Yeah.
Government terror squads will be deployed to suppress the vote and dissuade citizens from being politically active. And if you don't believe in voting because the system is fundamentally flawed, broken, cannot be reformed through voting, you are smart. But the midterms in November is the hit time for combined operations. All are forming ICE Watch, rapid response, and community defense teams in your communities from the East Coast to the West Coast through Middle America. But we need to be standing in united sovereignty with each other across the country. Building alternative power through autonomous action ain't gonna cut it, y'all. These things take a long time to build and to organize, and November 3rd is H hour, when operations commence, when we all collectively commence. You're going to lay the groundwork. You're going to do the intelligence collection and reconnaissance, establish mutual aid plans so people can take off work that day, have childcare, etc., and deploy at the hit time in November to defend your communities in united sovereignties with all other communities across the country. This whole thing needs to be built step by step. And November 3rd, I was just thinking, is just the next step and the perfect hit time for all of this. Start thinking about it.
Wow. Wow, that was fantastic. Thank you for. I had not seen that one. Yeah, what a good combination of, and what we talk about here a lot. Electoral is a tool; it's part of it, and and it's really interesting that Greg Stoker and Mark Wayne are in Colonial Outcasts, and they've taken two different aspects they're going to focus on. So Greg Stoker is doing electoral. He's running for Congress in Texas with the Green Party. And Mark Wayne is, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's kind of international networking of mutual aids. And like he said, to try to get us organized. And now he's got to put the two together. And he makes such a great point. Of course, they're going to have ICE out on November 3rd. And, they're increasing ICE, right, to 10 times the number of people it was this year. I mean, last year. So yeah, no, that's an excellent idea.
Well, and I was going to say, when Trump was running, he said, this is the last election you'll ever have to worry about. When people tell you what their intentions are, you should believe them.
I don't remember that one. Wow.
Like I heard it, I'm like, okay. Yeah, so the next, we'll keep moving because we want to try to get to everything.
Yeah.
So this is what Butch thinks about ICE in California, and then we'll have something from Minneapolis.
Okay.
Let me know when you got it going on. And hi, Kalia, and good to have you here.
Hey, Kalia.
Please share in your networks because our count's kind of low. We might be getting suppressed because, we're bringing the heat to the peeps that don't like us.
And Kalia's show is Green Party Tea, Sundays 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. So go check out Kalia on YouTube.
Yeah. All right, hit it.
State of California. ICE is going to have to go through every single law enforcement officer and lawyer in the state of California before they so much as touch a hair on the head of any California resident. And if I find that the Los Angeles Police Department or the LA Sheriff's Department or any of these municipalities are aiding and abetting ICE, are colluding in the kidnapping and abduction of Californians, then they are going to face the full wrath of the state because that is not their job. My name is Butch Ware, and with me as governor, we're going to get ICE out of the state of California. Join the fight at butchwareforgov.com.
You ever heard a Democrat say that?
Right. I feel like the other thing I'm going to say every time I talk to somebody, remember when the police were beating you at the Black Lives Matter protest? Those police were ordered by a Democrat. If you live in a city,
or the Free Palestine protests,
right?
Or the Occupy Wall Street protests, or Standing Rock,
right? To any right. If it's state police and you're in a blue state, that was a Democrat that ordered that for you to be attacked, folks. People never put that together. They support the Democrats. The mayor of their blue city orders the police to go attack you, and yet you still vote for them.
Yeah. Kalia says she won't be there tomorrow. She's going to be on a plane.
Okay. All right.
So safe travels, Miss Kalia. So the next one, we need to keep watching Minnesota because apparently all eyes are not on them anymore, and it's still going on, if not getting worse. So let me know when you got that up.
Okay.
Also, update on the repealing of the anti-BDS law in Illinois. Hi, Alexandria. It just got signed to committee, and we have 4 days to submit roughly 1,000 witness slips before hearing on Thursday to help it across. We'll get back to that in a little bit.
Oh, and I'm so glad I went back and saw this. So this is Heather May. Heather May is an LGBT singer-songwriter. She's fantastic. She just had these glasses on and was looking all different. I didn't recognize her.
The girl in the car or the girl?
Yeah, the girl in the car, Heather May.
Oh.
She's a wonderful musician, folks. Check her out. Anyway, we're gonna share her doing her. I didn't even know she was Minnesota. Okay.
No, she's not. She traveled there.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
social justice songwriter based out of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm currently in Minneapolis helping those who are on the front lines of the resistance fighting ICE. Earlier this week, there was news that 700 ICE agents were being removed from Minneapolis. None of the ICE activity has decreased, and matter of fact, it's gotten worse. The guise of a front door is no longer stopping them anymore. They're like breaking down doors, smashing in windows, just fully breaking and entering now. Amazing humans. This is a fully occupied city. There is a massive group of people that do not leave their homes because they are afraid of being snatched. There are entire businesses that are boarded up, no longer in operation because the people who used to run them disappeared. I attended a training for delivering groceries to people where the trainer told us to not put the addresses in our phone and instead put them on a piece of paper. And if we are pulled over, to eat the paper. One person just recently told me that they don't listen to music with their AirPods on anymore because they need to be able to listen for whistles and car alarms. Speaking of car alarms, I remember this one time at a coffee shop, a car alarm went off right outside and everyone in that building jumped because that's one of the ways that they notify that ICE is outside. Businesses have their doors locked so you can't enter unless someone lets you in. The sound of helicopters and drones, even when you can't see them, is a very normal sound. I had a woman tell me that she always leaves the house with an air tag in her bra. Entire businesses who have completely stopped operation to just become a mutual aid hub. Groceries to those sheltering in place, rent assistance, clothing, educational materials for kids, because a lot of kids aren't going to schools anymore because I was just told a story from a friend who knows a woman who just had a child who has an overproduction of breast milk and now donates her breast milk to a teenager who is sheltering in place, her newborn baby sister. Her mother was detained and she doesn't want to leave the house to go get formula. That one broke me. They're trying to figure out how to end this. I don't know. If you've made it to the end of this video, please keep your eyes in Minneapolis. I'm going to list a bunch of people in my caption who are doing amazing work, who are really great to follow to see what is actually happening in Minneapolis. We all know Netta doesn't like anything that talks about politics, even though this isn't political, because ICE certainly doesn't ask you your political affiliation before they detain you.
Right. Yeah, right. No, it's not political. It's life. Yeah. No, Heather Way, folks, go check out Heather May. She really is a wonderful, wonderful musician.
I'm not going to make it through the show with
I know, right? Yeah. Oh, I know. It's like, yeah, when it gets into real life, then it's
we have a fully occupied city
yeah,
in the United States of America. And why we are not all on strike, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Are you kidding me? How much more of this are you going to just like go on and do your regular life before you get it? Does it really need to come to your door? Does it really need to? Can you not see what's happening? Anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll get into other issues in the show that, have me screaming. Why does no local police department take on, they declare something as suicide, and then they just move on? I mean, that's the local departments who have been told to do nothing, and so they do nothing. What the fuck is with our entire system that everybody falls in line? Well, yeah. Luckily there's like 0.01% who are whistleblowers who will do something right, but my God, the people.
Well, we all need to be whistleblowers.
Yeah,
actually blow whistles.
There you go.
I need a whistle. So the next is an article. I know it kind of drags, but I thought maybe we could each read a paragraph.
All right.
It's only 5 paragraphs. So this is Valentine's Day.
Oh, let's not read the whole thing though.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Well,
it's pretty darn good and very important of how they whitewashed it.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Okay. You want to start?
Sure. The commercialization of Valentine's Day is a boon for the oligarchy. According to January, I didn't know this one. According to a January survey from National Retail Federation and Prosper Insights and Analytics, spending for the holiday will reach a record $29.1 billion. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for putting this in. Like other national celebrations, it is a day the oligarchy and their propagandists whitewash and sanitize the true history of the holiday in question. For the true history, we offer organizers, intellectuals, and mobilizers a lesson in the type of love we will need to defeat the oligarchy and their neoliberal system.
You want me to read the next one?
Sure.
While history records 3 different men named Valentine, for this analysis, we will focus on Valentine of Rome. During the reign of Roman Emperor Claudius II, the military was engaged in a campaign of slaughtering Christians, believing single men made better warriors. Claudius II prohibited men from marrying. Valentine, a priest and physician, was outraged by the persecution of Christians and the Roman Empire's cavalier attitude of viewing young men as cannon fodder. To slow down Emperor Claudius II's war machine and prevent further persecution of Christians, Valentine married couples in secret. Go ahead.
When Valentine's secret weddings were discovered, he was arrested by the Roman authorities. Emperor Claudius II swiftly ordered Valentine's death. To make an example of the priest, he had his execution broken down into 3 parts. Oh my God. Beating, stoning, and beheading. Legend has it while in jail, he befriended and healed the blind daughter of his jailer, Asterius. Another legend claims on the eve of his execution, he reportedly sent a note that read, "From your Valentine." This phrase launched a centuries of card sending. Eventually, Valentine would become canonized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church.
This history is lost on a propagandized populace. Instead, present-day Valentine's Day places emphasis on consumerism and romantic love. While romantic love is important, the oligarchs ignore the other form of love found in the story of Valentine, sacrificial love. That is the form of love that will guide us to free those oppressed by neoliberalism.
It is the sacrificial love that guided the great organizers. They sacrificed careerism, access to the centers of powers, and the adulation of the corporate-controlled press to stand with those who have been victimized by the oligarchy. For the revolutionary is guided not by love of power, but love of the powerless. This is what we saw in the story of Valentine. This is the story we must share. Thank you for that. That was fantastic. Dorothy Lemon. I do follow Dorothy Lemon on Facebook.
Yeah, she's great. And she posted something about AOC's running for president or whatever.
God.
Criticizing her, obviously, because she's with us. And I said, hope you don't mind. We borrowed your title and put it in our show, and we're going to talk about your article. I'm sure she's fine with it.
That's great for you. Oh, excellent. That's great.
Yeah, AOC went somewhere and gave a word salad answer about Taiwan and China.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't like about those things when I see them all the time is, and I'm not speaking to Dorothy, I did see that she posted about AOC.
Yeah.
I just wish they would get to the point where they would stop saying, we're waiting for a better candidate, folks. Stop waiting for a better candidate from the Democrats, people. Stop.
Run Green Party, run independent. That's how we're going to beat them.
Right.
They are all sellouts. If you got a D behind your name, and even people that think that they're going to be able to break through, you're not going to break through. Sorry.
I know.
The only reason she's in the position she's in is because she sold us out.
There's a guy I know locally, and I love him as a person. He's just wonderful, but he has a D by his name. And, it's like, you got to let that go.
Like, get out the magic eraser.
And, like it said, love is, it's not love of career. It's love of the powerless. I mean, don't be a part of the system that oppresses. Come on.
Yep. So the next is a video. This is from the Strombo Show. I love this guy. He's a Canadian. He's got an international show called it's George Strombolopoulos. He's actually been in some stuff on, like, I think it was the morning show on Apple, and he's done some cool stuff. I can't remember which one. That might not be it, but he's made little acting cameos.
Oh, really?
And he's worldwide. He's got a show on Apple, which is fantastic. But I've noticed he hasn't been posting there because I think he's moved to YouTube to post this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So let me know when you got it ready. And do you have the timestamp? Let's see. It is.
Yeah, that I got.
6:13.
Yep. Okay. And then you wanted me to stop when?
We can pause at 10, but I really would like to play the whole thing.
Okay.
Pretty consistent throughout all. Gramsci wrote the interregnum words while he was in prison. He wrote thousands of pages, and many of them were smuggled out and kept safe because his allies knew that the state knew that he was dangerous to them in a very specific way. He was very good at explaining how power works. Those pages were later published in something called prison notebooks, written 100 years ago and still essential in a toolkit for thinking clearly when the air gets poisonous. Well, it gets poisonous because people poisoned it. Where do you find that book? You can find it on bookshops.org. It's a site designed to support local if you don't have time to go to your local brick and mortar. This is not a sponsored video. I don't know anybody at bookshops.org. I'm not connected to it at all. But I understand you're busy. You don't always have time to get in the vehicle, and public transit is down and underfunded. How are you going to get there? Your dog's got a skin allergy. Maybe you got to drop something in its crusty eye. Maybe you've got a touch of poetic affliction. You do not have to justify how you spend your time to me. I'm simply here to help present good ideas to you. Morbid symptoms. We always hear that there's a fight for your attention. It's true, there is. But in and of itself, that is not bad. It is what they're trying to do when they have your attention that causes a lot of these problems. This is precisely why media literacy shouldn't be optional. It is the aforementioned survival equipment. Why do you think they fight so hard to make sure we don't have media literacy? Because they know once we understand how systems work, then we get to choose what trains our nervous system rather than letting it train us. And if you've caught a case of the todays, you know how much energy and money is being poured into you not knowing that. It's the eradication of your empathy. Modern systems are built on it because they can make money off it and gain control. It's not all bad. Tons of great developments with tech. Tons. So much progress. For sure, it's not all bad. But unchecked and unsupervised, well, then we have trouble. Grocery monopolies, hedge funds buying up private homes. No one can afford anything. Renting our tech culture from landlords. Used to say, you know what, I'm not going out tonight. I'm going to stay home and save money. You sit on the couch, you eat the leftovers, you feel good, and then you get 5 emails saying, congratulations, your subscription has been renewed. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything to get in debt anymore. What did the dead Kennedys say? Give me convenience or give me death. These are not isolated problems. They are interconnected systems. Economic consolidation in veterinary care actually does enable the same private equity firms to buy media companies, which then deploy the kinds of algorithms that maximize engagement, which happens to weaken our critical thinking capacity. And it's the closed loop. Consolidation enables manipulation, which enables more consolidation, which enables more manipulation. And they told 2 friends, and they told 2 friends, and that's why they want you to blame any convenient scapegoat so that you don't dig a little deeper into what they're doing and how it affects you. We're all distracted by the recommendation engines. They know how to get me. Do we think that the recommendation engines just show us content we might like? Yes, I like motorcycles and horses and dogs and tattoos. But then they slip all that other stuff in there because what they're really doing is shaping our emotional weather. It's reality construction. Sociologists would call it frame alignment. A way to spot it is if a story, a video, uses emotionally charged language, but it lacks specific data, if it presents a complex issue as a simple binary, if it creates urgency to prevent critical thinking, no time to think, no time to do research, just act. These are all markers of frame alignment. So these algorithms don't just show you content. They're coded to construct your reality through linguistic and psychological techniques. I've talked to a whole bunch of marketing experts who have worked on these algorithms. Outrage loops, fear loops, the little dopamine hit of being right, the bigger dopamine hit of thinking you know who to blame. What all the psychologists call it, attentional capture mechanisms. All of this weakens the immune system of our understanding machine. Our understanding machine, maybe it's all of it. And that's where ideas get injected like a virus. Oh, blame immigration. Oh, blame welfare. Oh, blame wokeness or any form of ideological capture. You can pick your target because the point isn't the target. The point is to keep you in a permanent state of agitated simplicity.
You can stop there.
Yeah.
There's more. What did you think so far?
I mean,
something.
Yeah, he's a little wordy, but then he got to the point, and I think. Yeah, I mean, I think it could have been presented a little better, but there's no doubt media literacy is a thing. And when he described what he was describing right at the end, it did remind me so much of, so in the TikTok world, young, angry folks, right to be angry, started posting, and that became a thing, right? And then you saw like the Democratic Party ops doing the same thing, but fake. There was a Zionist one. There was that couple, and they were doing this emotionally like angry stuff with attitude, and so they grabbed that aspect of it, and it was all bullshit. But you got to know, media literacy. You got to know the facts, so you can identify those people. Oh crap, they're a psyop.
Yeah.
Right. It does take media literacy to.
And we're completely hackable. Our brains are hackable. Because technology is everywhere, and they know everything we do.
And
yeah.
No, I was going to say it's a really good point about. So a great example right now is the left's overall wanting to help the protested world. Right. We empathize with that. Well, what did the CIA and Mossad do? They went into the Iran protests and starting on day 3, because they saw it was there and they got their people in, and the terrorists, CIA, Mossad terrorists, started killing everybody in sight, right? And so what does AOC and Mamdani do? Oh, we support the protesters and we need to take action to really, we're in solidarity with the people. Well, actually, 35 million Iranians have been out in the streets support of their government. And we're going to show later one of the things they did as a protest. But so again, the left, and so those can trick you if you don't know all the facts, and you see Mamdani and AOC making these call outs. Oh yeah, we've got to do something in Iran. Those people, we need to help them. We need to bomb to help the people. Right. So yeah, I mean, this content, the content of this is really, really good. Yeah.
Well, and Jeffrey Sachs lays it out. Iran is on Israel's hit list. That's what it's really about.
For
decades, not saying that government is perfect. I'm sure they're doing stuff wrong, but we have been after them for decades, since the 70s at least, if not before. So what's going on there? We've had a hand in it, but they have never started a war.
And it's not about them doing something wrong. It's none of our fucking business what any other country does. It's none of our fucking business.
Unless they're genociding their people.
Yeah.
Israel is occupying and genociding their people. That's different. South Africa was occupying that's different.
Well, Israel's not, genociding their people. They invaded. They're occupiers. They are decimating the Palestinian nation.
Yeah, that's true.
That's who they're, So that's a war invasion. So yes, we could go in, we should go in, and we should, bring IDF to its knees. We should have a military action. I used to be pacifist. We should have a military action to go in and get IDF and make,
arrest them, make sure that they stop.
Right. So
make sure they stop. At some point, you need to do physical intervention, because all the pressure, all the protests, all the talking, everything has not worked. They're ignoring us. They are acting with impunity, and they still are. But we're going to get to that later. Do you mind playing until 1302?
Okay.
I thought it was really good. 1302.
Or numbness, which could also be the target. Sports, flood the zone. These are all morbid symptoms. This is important, and people who generally have my politics will not like this. I am in no way suggesting that we all have to agree on immigration policies or language or freedom to express what you can and cannot say. We have to have complex discussions on all those issues. You can't just look at that person and go, blah, 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 shut them. You can't. We need to talk about these things. We better talk about these things, because questioning frameworks and laws and policies is legitimate. It's democracy. It's the noisy part. It's the part that's supposed to be alive, and like it or not, dissent is important, even when they're dissenting against our worldview. Not that we all have the same worldview. I'm sure many of us disagree on stuff. But what's happening now is different. They're not just playing the game. They're actually using the whole playbook. They're running the whole thing. It's focus tested. It's optimized. It's aimed directly at your amygdala. Not the amygdala. When your nervous system's overwhelmed, well, that's when urgency rushes in and you tighten up. And then your brain, you don't even know it, but your brain, well, we don't even know it, starts shopping for certainty. That's why local news and podcasters and politicians do it. Podcasters. And the manipulation is brutal, because if they can get your brain into efficiency mode, then neurologically speaking, you switch off the empathy circuits to these circuits where nuance feels like a luxury. I can't afford to do that. I'm scared. People, the ones you disagree with, they stop becoming people. They become problems or freeloaders or invaders or criminals or vermin. whatever word gives you permission. This is all Hannah Arendt's banality of evil in action. Fear locks in, and suddenly things that should and normally do feel wrong start to feel reasonable. My personal rule, I run this all the time. I'm an emotional fella. If an idea makes cruelty feel reasonable, step back, because your empathy circuits, mine, might be getting bypassed. And nobody likes to admit it, because we all want to believe that we are independently formed thinkers. We're awake. We took the right color pill. We're humans, which means we are hackable. You know that. So we need lots in our toolkit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah, it reminded me.
Sorry, I buried the lead there. For the closing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I?
Oh, I was just saying I buried that we are hackable.
Oh, okay.
You just let him say it.
Yeah. No, I, it reminded me of some friend of mine who said, yeah, but why don't the Palestinians just go to Egypt or go somewhere else? I mean, what? And again, the talking points that they take in that they don't understand. It's like, yeah, friend, why don't you leave your house and go to another country? Come on. I mean, why not? Like the fact that that question even gets put in his brain. What the fuck is wrong with you, guy? Well, how are you trying to make a logic out of saying someone should leave their house and go to another country? Fuck you. I can't believe that people hear this shit and they don't, like this guy was saying, they don't understand what they're saying. They sound like they're being reasonable.
Yeah, I remember during Katrina, they were virtue signaling and shaming the people that stayed. And I was talking to this guy, and I used to be a vendor. I was in the back room of one of the big grocery stores. He's like, well, why don't they just leave? I go, what do you need to leave? He goes, I don't know. You just leave. I'm like, well, what do you need? Okay, say you need to leave today. What do you need? You need a place to go. You need a transportation. You need money for food. Some people don't have that. That's why they don't leave. They have to shelter in place because that's all they freaking have.
Yeah, right.
So that is such an elitist view. Oh my God. But this next one I did put in after we talked last night.
You're allowed to. It's okay.
We talked for hours last night trying to figure this out, but the Navy, is it an article or what is it?
It's just a post.
Okay. It's about the Navy. What misappropriation of funds, I would call it. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Scoop, a repurposed Navy contract to funnel tens of billions to ICE for a nationwide ghost network of concentration camps just got bigger. Now, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I had an article with it.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, Migrant Insider. How the Pentagon is quietly, it's weird. You click on the picture and an article comes up. How the Pentagon is quietly building Trump's concentration camps. This I had not heard, A repurposed Navy contract that funneled tens of billions for ICE, that I knew about, for a nationwide ghost network of concentration camps just got bigger. Under the cover of a looming partial government shutdown, there we go again, and a nation reeling from immigration agent-involved killings, the Department of Homeland Security is quietly supercharging its detention infrastructure. A massive Navy contract vehicle once valued at $10 billion has ballooned to a staggering $55 billion ceiling to expedite Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda. Except it isn't mass deportation. They put it in quotes.
Yeah, they're like,
they put that.
This is what they're saying. It is.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought that was important to mention what's going on.
Right. And how the Navy's getting involved. Wow. That's super.
So if you know somebody in the Navy, tell them to not follow any of these orders. If it's unconstitutional, they don't have to do it. And what they're doing is unconstitutional. Yeah. So the next one was about the media propaganda machine.
Okay.
And oh, this was so good.
Yeah.
I remember this. It's
okay.
up.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about the trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these things simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal.
I just stopped it. But one thing I noticed is like I see an ABC. I'm pretty sure I saw an
Fox.
NBC and a Fox, folks.
CBS.
So that tells you, you think these people like are opposing sides? Folks.
Yeah.
The word came down from on high, and every news organization follows suit completely to the letter.
Exact same language. I want to put this comment up.
Okay.
What's up, our Swartz 7876? Did you all hear about the law signed in New Mexico? We ended ICE detention in New Mexico. Wow.
Whoa. Okay, we're gonna look that one up.
I did not.
We'll have to look that up.
If you got an article, if you want to put it in the comment section, I would love to check it out.
Cool. Excellent.
Way to go, New Mexico.
Wow. There was
Come
a
on,
woman.
Illinois, let's go.
There was a woman who set fire. Well, I don't know. This is not verified. I just saw it this morning. A woman set fire to a place that they were building that was going to be one of these concentration camps. Oops. But fight back, right?
Well, my
indoors.
A good friend of mine used to tell me that I can't remember what country. One of the during the Nazi occupation and all that. These people were in charge of like building ships. Well, during the day they would put the screws in, and then the first half of the day, then the rest of the day they unscrew them and put them in. So nothing ever left them.
Oh, okay.
They looked like they were cooperating, but they were actually sabotaging. Put the screw in, take the screw out. Put the screw in, take the screw out. Is that what you call putting the screws to people?
Oh, there you go. And you know what I think people don't realize is just how bad things are. Like our prison systems have deteriorated. They're not. I mean, they're pretty bad. These concentration camps where they're holding people are like 10 times worse. I mean, these are horrible conditions, like no bathrooms. I mean, it's just really
no bathrooms, no showers, no food, no medicine, no nothing.
Nothing. It is
no lawyers.
Yeah.
No access to the outside. Phone call. Your rights don't freaking matter. And I'm sorry. I want a compassionate country. Even if somebody is here that isn't a citizen, they should have the same constitutional rights that we do, because that is who we should be. And that is who I always thought we were. But I guess I'm wrong. I think that's who the American people are for the most part. But our government thinks differently.
Well, and the fact that, again, the conversation should be there. I mean, it shouldn't even be there. He says we got to discuss topics. Those are great. But why do we keep discussing these topics and ignoring the topic of the Epstein files and all of that? I mean, there's plenty of topics we could focus on. The fact that we've turned this thing about if somebody doesn't have paperwork, should they be here? I mean, it's just a poor person doesn't have paperwork, should they be
it's
here?
A misdemeanor. It's not a felony.
I mean, I'm interested in capturing the people who are destroying this country. That's what I'm interested.
Yeah, we need to start with
Bill Gates in jail.
Trump and Bill Gates.
Right, Trump and Bill Gates. Let's talk about those getting in jail. That should be the priority discussions.
Everyone mentioned in the Epstein files should be immediately arrested. That's how I feel.
Well, they should. I mean, again, it just points to the FBI got this stuff and sat on it. There should have been like 1,000 investigations started from that stuff. 1,000. I mean, all the murders, the kids that are supposed to be buried in places, and
well, we'll get to that. But the next one is all about who owns the media. I've been wanting to talk about this for weeks because people are always asking the Green Party, why don't we ever see you? You need to do more to like be newsworthy. Blah blah blah. This is why. What is it like? Five families that control almost everything, or well, I guess this has 7.
Okay,
Like,
do you have it up?
I was just looking at it. Hang on. I do now.
Okay.
So I was just going to go to mention the families. We don't have to drain this.
Okay.
But number 1 is the Oak Sulzberger family.
Okay.
New York Times, the $5.4 billion.
Okay.
The owner that commands the largest share of the news site's viewership, a staggering 5.5 billion over 1 year. The media dynasty that acquired the New York Times in 1896. Control of the Times has since passed through 4 generations, cemented by a family trust over a century later. A.G. Sulzberger currently sits as the chair and publisher as its reach greatly expanded in the digital age. The paper continues its tradition of allegiance to the establishment and opposition to what it sees as excessively progressive policies.
It's about understanding that the New York Times is our enemy, people. Stop,
cancel your subscription.
Stop thinking, it's got this, reputation. People have to.
Yeah, Chris Hedges left them because they wouldn't let him cover Gaza, I think. Yeah.
It's a pro-war, pro-empire, propaganda machine. Everyone should just completely leave it.
Well, didn't they get a Pulitzer for reporting false information about October 7th?
Yes.
There you go.
After it was exposed as false. After it was exposed as false, they got a Pulitzer.
Confirmation bias. So, did you want to read about Murdoch's?
The number 2 spot, just under 5.5 billion views, is occupied by the Murdoch family. Billionaire right-winger Rupert Murdoch built an expansive global media empire that encompassing Fox News, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Post, and British tabloid The Sun, all of which made the top 50 list, as well as many other media outlets in the U.S., Britain, and Australia. Number 3, Warner Brothers Discovery is 4 billion. Warner Brothers Discovery is a U.S. media and entertainment conglomerate. Comes in third in terms of news audience, 4 billion, solely on the basis of CNN. The media owns extensive non-news holdings, including Warner Bros., the movie studio, and HBO.
Wow, that makes me sad. Number 4, Apollo Global Management, Yahoo. At number 4 is private equity firm Apollo Global Management, which since 2021 has owned the Yahoo Group, Yahoo News, and Yahoo Finance. Together generated 2.7 billion views during the analyzed period. These sites primarily aggregate content from other news outlets with occasional original articles and rely heavily on algorithm-based personalization. Apollo's current CEO, billionaire Mark Rowan, has recently donated millions to Republicans.
And number 5 is Brian Roberts, Comcast, 2.4 billion. Number 5 with 2.35 billion visits during analyzed period. Comcast is a media technology company with NBC, CNBC, MSNBC, which is now an MS Now, and Today. All made appearances in the top 50. Comcast billionaire CEO Brian Roberts is controlling shareholder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Microsoft, Mr. Bill, right? Coming in at number 6, Microsoft, the technology conglomerate that owns MSN, also donated to Trump's ballroom. Similar to Yahoo, MSN is an algorithm-based republisher of news stories, which pulled in 2.1 billion views over the studied time frame, giving Microsoft's obsession with AI. It is perhaps unsurprising that MSN has started to lean heavily on auto-generated content, coming under fire for promoting unreliable sources and publishing blatant misinformation. Microsoft's ownership is dominated by institutional shareholders, with mutual fund giant Vanguard leading the way at 9%. Microsoft's billionaire CEO, Satya Nadella, is known to have a friendly relationship with Trump. They have met and dined together on several occasions. In fact, before helping to fund Trump's East Wing ballroom, Microsoft contributed $1 million to Trump's inaugural fund. You want to do the last one?
7 is IAC People, 1.9 billion. IAC Incorporated runs numerous media internet brands, including top 50 sites People and Daily Beast. Daily Beast, interesting. I didn't know that. Taken together, these two sites generate 1.9 billion views over 12 months. Billionaire founder Barry Dilley serves as chair, senior executive, and largest individual shareholder of IAC. It should be noted that Diller has publicly criticized Trump on several occasions, standing out as the only one among the top 7, aside from New York Times publisher Sulzberger, to do so. So, yeah, it's too bad that people even have anything to do with any of those places. I don't watch any of that crap. None of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, there's so much information out there that you can find, and when you look online, and excellent journalists, and we've said them, so many times here, all the different places that we go to get information, and once you go there, I mean, it's great. Well, it's interesting when you look back, and then it's really good to help detect the bullshit media, the propaganda crap.
Yeah, and there's a new law which we didn't put in the show that they're trying to pass to remove some clause that will make Meta financially responsible or legally responsible for your content. Do you know what that's going to do? They will remove you because they don't want to be liable. Yeah. And that could go anywhere. But and yeah, our Swartz, yeah, we did have the Zorro Ranch in, I think, a while back, and we were going to put it in today, but the Zorro Ranch in New Mexico.
Right. Zorro Ranch. I know all the Epstein stuff, folks, but yeah, look up Zorro Ranch. Thank you for that, because it's a place where there are probably bodies buried too. So that was part of the Epstein network of nightmares.
Yep. No legal action on Epstein files here, but overseas, any country involved with Epstein is taking legal action.
Yeah, I don't know if that made our show either, but yeah, some countries are taking steps. People are resigning. It is having a bigger effect in other countries than the U.S. because we are the empire of all empires. But yeah, that is true. Well, some other countries are feeling it.
Well, we wanted to move on to let you know about something that's very near and dear to my heart, because I was a huge Nirvana and Soundgarden fan, still am, and looks like Courtney Love was involved with Epstein. So the first one is the Courtney offered punk rock drummer.
Okay, yeah. And I didn't timestamp this, so we'll just wing it. No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we needed to do that.
It's only 1:14. Sorry.
All right.
Some deal with Courtney, right?
Oh, do you have it?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
Can you do it over?
It'd be 50 grand to whack Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, I was telling you this.
She what? 50 grand to whack Kurt Cobain. And that's a fact, is it?
But people might think you're not the most reliable witness.
Well, that's too bad. You may not be the reliable witness your own self. Now think about that one.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What? When she offered me money, God dang, I wish I would have taken it, man. But I know who whacked him.
But how are you going to whack him? Did she tell you how to do it?
Yeah, blow his fucking head off.
So where were you going to find him to do it?
Well, up there, and she gave, mapped it out. I mean, up there in Bellevue, wherever they live, right outside Seattle. I know right where the house is. I know right what garden pop him in. I just didn't think she was serious.
But did she tell you how she wanted you to pop him?
Yeah, she says blow his fucking head off.
Yeah. And again, this is not reliable, folks, but it's just the fact that, some independent person decided to look into this and determined pretty easily that it was a murder, and that broke this week, that news. But yeah, it's just
and fans have always been like, something's just not right. There's this documentary called Through the Pines that kind of, it's pretty old, but it kind of outlines Courtney and not in a good light. Even her own family doesn't talk to her. So the next is the trailer.
Okay.
Let me know when you got it.
All right. Okay, I put it there.
But yeah, I highly recommend that documentary. It's called Through the Pines.
Okay.
It's referring to I think it's a cover that he did. Yeah, so then the next is Kurt Cobain investigation. You're going to see why we're getting to this pretty soon.
Now this is just a tweet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there is some video below, but I don't know if you wanted that. But
yeah, I do.
Cobain's death. Here are the new facts. A new peer-reviewed paper claims that Kurt Cobain's death was a homicide, not suicide. He was likely incapacitated by a forced heroin overdose first, evidenced by brain liver necrosis, lung fluid, eye hemorrhaging, consistent with overdose hypoxia, not instant gun death. The shot to the head by assailant with the scene staged, gun placed in arms, forged suicide note, neatly organized heroin kit, inconsistent with overdose behavior. There were about 10 points of evidence from autopsy, toxicology, crime scene photos, and reports. Officially, Seattle Police Department and King County Medical Examiner's Office maintained the original 1994 ruling of suicide by self-inflicted gunshot wounds. No reopening the case, say there's no compelling evidence warranting it. So Seattle Police Department, folks.
Yeah, watch this video.
Oh, by the way, Courtney Love stood to inherit Cobain's
Look at this.
Nirvana's publishing rights, could be worth $200 to $500 million today.
Look at how she handles him. Just watch this.
Okay. I could put audio if you want, but
Takes his sunglasses away, and then he takes them back. And he puts them on his head, and he's kind of looking, and she turns him around to face the crowd. Look at that. Is that not controlling? He's literally controlling his body. If any guy ever did that to me, he'd be yeah, not gonna work. Yeah, women can be abusive too.
So
we had another X one. I don't remember what it is, but we must have thought it was where the abuse.
Oh, this is where he hold on. They're talking about somebody and child trafficking. So it's the band hanging out.
Nirvana, for those of you not in the know.
Sorry.
I forget. It was my universe for a very long time. So
okay, let me know.
All right, it is up. This is a video, right? So make sure the sound's on. Yeah.
I'm just totally abused and ended up like working at a Four Seasons restaurant alone and dying by herself.
There's a Bainbridge Island. That's where she was institutionalized, right over there.
Mm-hmm.
There's this whole broken down infirmary there.
For years, every night there were lines of custodians, friends, and people, part of the staff who would wait in line to rape her every day. She went through a lot of shit. And it just disgusts me, to know that there are some of the people that are part of that conspiracy are living here in Seattle in their comfortable, cushy little homes with their families. And, it's 20, 40 years after the fact, and it's just
is it just God?
Makes me
not
want
a fair.
Yeah, so I mean that's just a brief reference to and I don't remember the woman, but she was raped as a girl for years and years, and
yeah, I'm wondering who's filming that.
Yeah,
because that's the three band members, because Nirvana was only 3 people.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this next one.
Yeah, I'm not a great fan of this 5 Fox dude. Like, he goes a little But I did clip out what I thought was the most important part, and now you're going to understand why we're talking about this now. Let me know when you got it up, and it's timestamp 5:46 to 9:46.
Okay.
Okay, it's up. Can you make it big? Yeah, there you go. Hit play.
What this person is saying under deposition is there were very few names circled. About 5 to 10% of the names on the list in Epstein's black book were circled. Courtney Love's one of them. And he's saying that of the names that are circled, which are very few, we have identified key traffickers who were helping Epstein. The possibility that Courtney Love is one of them is raised because of this suspicious circling. Originally, we had talked about this on the channel. I thought that it was weird. And guess what? The FBI thought that it was weird, and other names that were circled, they have now identified as people who were helping Epstein to traffic or providing them, recruiting them, helping it to happen. And yes, I know we talked about this in the past, but we have to couple this with the photograph taken of Courtney with Prince Andrew. The fact that Courtney told a story herself of Prince Andrew showing up to her house and asking her where the parties are at, where the girls are at. Why would Andrew, because he's now been stripped of his royal title, we can just call him Andrew. Why would Andrew go directly to her? A source of Courtney said that Epstein introduced Courtney to Andrew. See, in everything Courtney Love says, not only is it a projection of guilt, there's also a little bit of truth in everything she says. It's always spun as a lie, but there's a little bit of truth in there. Like when Courtney went on an Apple Music podcast and talked about working in the sex industry in Japan and how girls' passports would end up missing and they'd be stuck. These are things she has talked about. She is admitted to working in the sex industry all over the world. In this now infamous photograph of Courtney with Prince Andrew, does it not appear that he is in a hurry to get some information from her and write it down? I mean, is it just me, or does this look like he's just trying to write something down, some kind of knowledge, some question he's about to ask her? Does it not appear that he's holding a notebook, a piece of paper, a pen, something? Furthermore, we know
That's a little much.
100% for a fact
Yeah, he kind of
Love has
theorizes.
been to Epstein Island. Do you guys remember when she threw a public fit after it came out that not only was she in his black book, that her address and phone numbers were circled, she had a public meltdown saying she'd never met him. Dude's a creep. I hope he burns in hell. No clue why he would have my information. Now here we have the FBI, the Department of Justice files, telling us that not only did she lie to us publicly, they are also investigating her as a key trafficker. I've got to say, for anybody who ever wanted to see Courtney Love go down for what she obviously did to Kurt Cobain, using him, driving him mad, and then abusing his daughter as she grows up, forcing her to divorce her own mother and become emancipated, hoarding everything the guy ever earned from his own family, selling a large portion of his music publication rights that were supposed to go to daughter Frances, then turning around and introducing Kurt's daughter to one of the biggest creeps in the world. I think you have a better chance of taking Courtney Love down by exposing her name in these Epstein files.
Yeah. Wow. That I did not know.
I didn't either.
Damn.
So every week is a new journey into the depravity of people.
Now, speaking of depravity, and I'll, I know it's going to be a little long, folks, but this is so creepy. So this is VH1, totally rad. Look, kind of a lifestyles of the rich and famous piece.
Is it Robin Leach?
I think so.
If it's not, it feels like you.
Yeah, somebody could, in the chat want to identify it, because it's it's just.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because where else are you going to hear this, right? We're trying to cover the things that other people don't cover.
Is it ready? Child trafficking, kidnapping, sex parties.
And apparently the more brutal one, right?
That's what I had read somewhere. And I wonder who was a guest there 11 times.
Oh, do you want me to bring that up?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me find. Oh, right here. Number 5.
There we go. Liberals fact checkers Nopes has determined the latest Epstein release of Barack Obama was completely unaltered. It's from a folder called Labor Day on Little St. John. Oh,
2008.
special.
Yeah. Not even their own sources can deny it. In other words, this is not fake.
And it's also not partisan, folks. These are all of them. All of them.
Yep.
That was the grossest video I've ever watched in my life. That thing is like, these people are fucking clueless. And did you notice from school teacher to billionaire? Wait. What?
It's like,
what happened? One day I'm a school teacher.
I don't know any school teachers that just suddenly became billionaires. Do you all?
Fuck? Oh my God. Help us.
Oh man.
Lord help us.
Right. So let's see. What did we skip?
So it's called Epstein in Context. It's
oh yeah.
I forget the name of the guy, but he kind of puts a bigger, kind of more historical picture on the whole thing. Let me get that in here.
Okay. Yeah, somebody's like, Obama went to the island too.
Yeah, it was the other island.
I was shocked as well.
It was the smaller island. The other one, I can't remember the name of it, but this was his small island. So it was the number 2 island.
Yeah, it wasn't like he got there and went oops and then left.
11 times.
He's 11 times he's running on the beach.
And remember, folks, when we covered the and again, I didn't verify that one. Hopefully we'll see it again where Hillary Clinton is emailing Obama saying, can we not do the pizza arrangements at the White House? Can we?
I thought we were going to be a little more careful.
I thought we were going to. Oh my God. All right. So
can you make it big?
Yep.
In the corner there? Yeah, thanks. Okay, it's ready.
Epstein was basically a penniless moron who couldn't graduate from college, and they placed him in a school, and then they sheep dipped him at Bear Stearns, and then Les Wexner, who appears to have had an affair with
Les
him,
Wexner,
then funded him as a fake billionaire, and that was the launch. Now, Epstein wasn't smart enough to actually run a prostitution ring. That's all Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay? Ghislaine Maxwell, as best I can tell from secondary sources, was running a prostitution ring for the Mossad in New York City. It included children, but they needed a boy and bring people in and kind of basically take it up to the presidential level. And so Jeffrey Epstein was managed by Ghislaine Maxwell. And one of the things people don't understand is that the Mossad doesn't just blackmail people for political influence and for money for Israel. They also blackmail corporate chiefs and others to gain special access to the computers so that they can plant backdoors. This is how Robert Maxwell made his name, with a software program called Promise that installed backdoors in all these government computers. They use these computer backdoors to get advanced knowledge to do insider trading. The greatest practitioner and enemy of the United States in the industrial espionage arena is not China or Russia or France or Germany. It's Israel and Great Britain.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a bigger picture look, folks.
Philip Blair, Larry Ellison's island, which is the 6th largest of the Hawaiian Islands, is about the same size as Gaza. 41 square miles.
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to skip ahead because I don't want to miss talking about Chris Cornell.
Can we just do this? The sulfuric acid.
Okay, I haven't seen that, so I'll let you.
It's just a post.
Brian, I hope you're not right, but I'm sure you probably are. Small island was for Blacks, Hispanics, and Muslims, so segregated.
Oh, there you go.
Cool. Not. All right, it's up. Go ahead.
Okay. From the Epstein files, on December 6, 2018, the FBI opened a child sex trafficking investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, they didn't go that far, but they opened one. On the same day, his Little St. James Island company wired $4 million for 6 55-gallon drums, or $4,300 for 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid, totaling 330 gallons total, to be shipped to the island same day, same date. So I'm sure folks can figure out what that is used for. Oh my God.
I mean, anybody watch Breaking Bad? Just saying.
Use sulfuric. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bathtub scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hopefully use
I know.
plastic. I don't know. Gruesome, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not going to go there.
It's just, well, we've already gone there. Okay.
I was trying to skirt it a little, but did you want to do any of the? Oh, that's the last one.
Now we could do.
This is from an X post from Test Dummy. It's 3.25 minutes. Chris Cornell, Soundgarden, Chester Bennington. I'm trying to think. I think he might have been Linkin Park. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but Soundgarden. I was all about Soundgarden. First video I ever saw was basically, grunge's answer to environmental protest. It's really cool. It's called Hands All Over. Ready?
I'm ready. Let me know if you are.
Okay. Yeah.
And they just posted this on the Super Bowl day, so that's why it has this text here.
Before she died. What if her discoveries were true? Has anyone else unearthed the Clinton Foundation's alleged ties to human trafficking? Chris Cornell was the vocalist of the popular band Soundgarden. He and his wife, Vicky, worked with 6 different charity organizations for nearly a decade. In 2012, they founded the Chris and Vicky Cornell Foundation, which strives to support and protect abused and sexually exploited children from around the world. The couple eventually became involved with one of their foundation partners' organizations, Aid Still Required, helping sexually abused orphans out of Haiti. Aid Still Required has received massive donations from the Clinton Foundation. According to a source that spoke with Freedom Daily, it was during this time that Cornell discovered that these orphans weren't being placed into better environments after all, but were then being sold into sexual slavery and human trafficking rings. In May of 2017, Chris Cornell was found hanged to death in the MGM Grand Hotel, leaving behind his wife Vicky and their 3 children. He was discovered with 9 broken ribs, blood splattered on the wall, and had suffered head trauma before he died. His death was officially declared a suicide, but his family and close friends insist he was in no way suicidal. Many of the details of his suicide simply don't add up. For instance, Chris had just performed a full concert with no apparent signs of having 9 broken ribs. Chris's body was found cold to the touch, which would have taken at least 2 hours in a hotel room. This would place the time of his death between 11 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. when his bodyguard, Martin Kirsten, was reportedly with him. There is no official explanation for what caused the bloodstain on the wall next to his body. His feet were touching the floor, meaning he was only partially suspended by his neck. Furthermore, Chris's bodyguard claims that he had to kick in the door to his hotel room to discover Chris dead. Not only is this nearly impossible to do without a door-breaching mini-ram, but the crime scene report indicated no sign of forced entry. After reviewing the autopsy report and position of the body, world-renowned forensic pathologist Dr. Werner Spitz concluded that Cornell's death was not a suicide. Dr. Spitz has worked with many high-profile murder investigations, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
I think that's probably far enough. Yeah, folks. We have a number of these in our show where people who were working on documentaries about child trafficking are found dead, and suicide is what.
And if you're not a grunge fan like I am, just think about this. So the lead singers of 4 out of the 5 major ones, in my opinion, that were most influential on me, Soundgarden, Chris Cornell, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, Lane Staley of Alice in Chains, and Stone Temple Pilots, Scott Weiland, they are all dead.
Mm.
And they are my age. They should still be alive.
Yeah.
So, just saying. The only one that survived that out of the 5th one that I would put in that category that was influential in my life was Pearl Jam. But they were way down there in San Diego. So maybe they were far enough away to be like, I don't know about that. Eddie Vedder's still kicking. Yeah. So
now the next one that we're going to cover. This one really pisses me off. Folks. Jon Stewart. Again, the coolest people are in on it. So what this basically shows, and when you see it, it makes so much sense. He makes fun of, and we'll show the video where he makes fun of this Pizzagate when it first dropped. And the full sentence is, would love to get pizza for an hour. John Podesta.
Or come over.
So the choices are pizza or come over. Huh. So here's the
can you blow it up? Yeah.
My God. Could it be any clearer that John Podesta and his brother are running a family-owned child sex ring? What else could would love to get a pizza mean? That was the famous Pizzagate conspiracy. When people were so obsessed with finding evidence of sex trafficking, they built a whole code book and applied it to those emails.
What they found were numerous references to pizza, a term Urban Dictionary says is slang for child pornography. So somehow they concluded that Podesta and company were speaking in code.
These conspiracy theorists started saying that pizza and cheese and pasta were code words, referring in fact to child sex abuse.
Why did the Podesta emails mention the code word pasta for either little boy or sex 78 times?
My God.
So he knew exactly what he was doing, folks. You don't just come upon a cropped email. You see the email, then you crop it. He knew exactly what he's doing. Fucking scum. People, please know who these people are.
Yeah, and didn't we have? I was looking for that graphic, but I can't find it. What the code words actually mean?
Oh, I think
pizza is a girl. Hot dog is a boy. You know how they were talking about slicing it up. There's only one slice. We're gonna have to share, or just gross stuff. Yeah. When you have the context, it doesn't make sense. If you're actually talking about ordering pizza, you'd be saying, "Hey, where you want to get one? Do you want mushrooms, pepperoni?" Like, that's a normal pizza conversation. And why would it be so many times being made?
Yeah, you don't have a pizza arrangement. That's not something you do. You don't do that.
No, that's not a thing. Yeah. So the next one is the video that Hillary Clinton doesn't want you to see.
And again, this is an old video, folks.
I know. I'm with you, Philip. I used to really love Jon Stewart, but people can be good at their job and charming and, able to spin it. He did some good work with the 9/11 stuff, whatever, but, he wasn't being a true investigator. And, to have that and selectively cut that out.
That's the opposite of a true investigator. No, he's a propagandist. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a propagandist.
Yeah, he could have been. I mean, he sells himself as that, but
right. No, it's disgusting.
How low can thanks, Brian. How low can Stewart go? Look at all the people that want him to run for president.
Yep. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, now I wouldn't.
Sick.
I would campaign against him. We want don't say it wrong. Hang on. Jeffrey Sachs.
Yeah, we do want Jeffrey Sachs. I know. You know who I said.
Oh my God.
Because I get all my names wrong. I swear to God I do.
I just busted out. I'm like, oh, that'd be the worst idea in the world.
And if you remember when Jon Stewart switched the format, he did a podcast thing for a while or something.
Yeah.
One of his first guests was Hillary Clinton, people.
Gross.
Hillary Clinton, child trafficker, murderer of those who expose child traffickers, Hillary Clinton. So is it ready to go?
Yeah, it's ready.
Remember John F. Kennedy Jr.? He was declared the front runner for the New York Senate seat back in 1999. Days later, his plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, and his rival, Hillary Clinton, was elected senator. Mary Mahoney was a Clinton White House intern. She knew enough of the inner workings of Bill's sexual advancements to be a star witness during the Clinton impeachment trials. She was brutally executed at a Starbucks she was managing in 1997. In 1993, White House counsel Vince Foster was found dead in Fort Marcy Park near D.C. He supposedly killed himself, and among a lengthy list of potential foul play, the bullet was never found. Then there's James McDougal, a key witness for White House prosecutors. He was serving his 3-year sentence for bank fraud at the Fort Worth Federal Medical Center in Texas. And just before he was to give a testimony before the grand jury, McDougal suffered a heart attack in solitary confinement. In 2015, Walter Scheib, a White House chef hired under Bill Clinton, joined the list. His body was found at the bottom of a river, nearly 2 miles from the base of the trail he was reportedly hiking. An autopsy determined that Scheib's death was accidental drowning, but he might have known too much. 27-year-old Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich was shot and killed in D.C. this year. There is speculation that he was the source of the controversial leaked emails allegedly sent by DNC staffers, and that he may have been murdered in retaliation. Then Sean Lucas, the lead attorney in a fraud case against the DNC, was found lying on the bathroom floor by his girlfriend when she returned home on August 2nd. His death was reported classified, pending the results of an autopsy.
And I'm not going to go along with the Kennedy one, but all the rest of them, very suspicious. And remember Obama's chef found dead? It's just...
Well, I almost put it in the show. Like there was this meme going around. I don't care who you are, but 47 suicides in your circle of acquaintances kind of is a lot.
Something's there, right? Something. Can we, since it had Seth Rich in there, can I do the Joe Rogan on Seth? It's because it ties right.
Oh, that's the next one.
Okay.
Yep.
Hold on.
We worked really hard on figuring out the order to like make it make sense. Goldwater Girl, Hillary Clinton.
Now let me know when you got this.
Yeah. Thanks for all the comments. I'm sorry we can't get to all of them.
Well, look, it's got a Green Party logo in there. Just kidding, folks, but the date.
She sent children from the first big ice raid back to Honduras, where they were promptly assassinated in 2009. Thank you, Michelle. Good to see you.
Oh, wow.
Go for it.
Okay.
This is a guy who was a real Bernie Sanders supporter, open Bernie Sanders supporter who worked for the DNC. The DNC absolutely rigged the primary against Bernie Sanders. He was aware of this. He was there while this was all going down. So was Donna Brazile. Everyone was aware of it. The guy got fucking murdered after he leaked information to WikiLeaks. If you don't think that's a little weird, what are you looking at? What delusional rose-colored glasses are you looking at your party from? You think you're in some Julia Roberts movie from 1990? This is real shit. Some guy got killed. He was 24 years old. He was a young guy who was very optimistic and had this view of the world where the guy fucking wore American flag pants and shirt. There's a famous picture of him with a beer on. He's a patriot in a lot of ways. He wanted to be involved in the political process. He was very idealistic. He was probably shattered by finding out that the party that he was working for was corrupting the democratic process. And because I've said this before, I've been accused of helping Donald Trump win by really wacky people online, like by pointing out all the flaws of Hillary Clinton. Like, look, man, you can't ignore that shit because you want one side to win. Right. I've talked about all of his flaws too. There's a lot of flawed human beings that run for president, pretty much all of them. I mean, it's very rare you have someone who's not flawed. Right. We're extremely flawed. We're all flawed, but extremely flawed who wants to be the fucking king of the world. It's very rare. Listen, man, I'm not a fucking reputable person.
That's what I try to tell
my
people.
Political ideologies. I mean, I'm just not.
Yeah, and I think that it's important to remember. They made a big deal about Clinton and her emails. Her emails, come on, and they made a whole big fun of that. Okay, she scrubbed her hard drive, right? Well, the John Podesta leak is a good indication of why she did that. And it's probably true that Seth may have given that to Julian Assange. And there's a video of Julian Assange saying, I do not release my sources, but it's dangerous to do, this whistleblowing is dangerous. And he points to a picture of Seth Rich. So Julian Assange basically has said that Seth Rich was his contact. And
after he pointed to him after he was murdered.
Right. And yeah, thank you. After he was murdered. And it's really important to remember that. I think that Joe Rogan's probably right. He probably did it because he was so pissed about the Bernie Sanders situation. And there is stuff about that in there. But it was also all about pizza. And that's what started the whole
lot more. And while you're getting the next one ready, just as a reminder, because I was in Bernie's camp. I tried to help get him elected in 2016 and 2020, because I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. Like, maybe if we just try harder. And right after those emails were dropped and they, John Podesta and Donna Brazile and all the people were exposed. And by the way, Donna Brazile still goes on Bill Marshall. So that tells you a lot. Right after that happened, do you know what dropped the next day? The Billy Bush leaked audio about grabbing women's, what, and yeah, you think that was an accident? You think that wasn't sitting in their hip pocket, just waiting for the right moment? Of course it was. So I want
to say one more thing. That I know we're picking on the Democrats right now, and there is I didn't find it again. I wanted to put it in the show that there is in the leak. The girl that was raped by Trump and Epstein, and then she was later assassinated. So that also is in there. And again, I mean, they all have to go. They all have to go. We're just focusing on.
We need to use the bleach in a different way. We need to sanitize our government.
Yeah, right.
Get rid of the creepers.
Right, 55 gallons
criminals.
of sanitation needs to be done.
Yeah, we need to order that, not the sulfuric acid.
So I have the Sanders thing. Oh, people are sick about hearing Clinton's emails. Do you want that one? I don't know.
Yeah, the Sanders thing. I don't see it though.
All right, hold on.
So, yeah, wait till you hear what else Hillary's been up to. Whew, man. Okay, I see it.
Okay.
Let me say something that may not be great politics, but I think the secretary is right. And that is that the American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too.
Fuck you, Bernie. Fuck you, Bernie.
The middle class, Anderson. And let me say something about the media as well. I go around the country, talk to a whole lot of people. Middle class of this country is collapsing. We have 27 million people living in poverty. We have massive wealth and income inequality. Our trade policies have cost us millions of decent jobs. The American people want to know whether we're going to have a democracy or an oligarchy as a result of Citizens United. Enough of the emails. Let's talk about the real issues facing America.
Yeah, right. I mean, again, I completely swore off Bernie Sanders in 2016 when he refused to. Jill Stein offered him the Green Party spot, and he refused.
Mm-hmm. He didn't want to end up like Ralph Nader. You mean loved?
Right. No, just gross.
And look what happens to people that stand up to them. A lot of people say maybe he was in fear for his life. Well, that could be true, but still, isn't it important enough when children are being hurt and killed to stand up?
Do you want to just kind of jump ahead a little? I want to show this image.
Oh, we forgot to show the image, didn't we?
Well, this one I wanted to show. So these are 3 other people. We're talking about people who die when they do child sex trafficking documentaries. Hey, Hanya Hutchins' next project was a documentary about Hollywood pedophile rings when she was shot and killed on the set by Alec Baldwin. I didn't know that one either. Paul Walker, Anthony Bourdain, Anne Heck, all were working on I don't know if I pronounced the name right.
Heish.
Oh, Heish. Okay, thank you. All were working on documentaries regarding human trafficking, pedophilia. All of them, folks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we skipped a couple of Hillarys I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
My name is Kathy Shelton. When I was 12 years old, I was brutally raped by a man, which put me in a coma for 5 days. 12 years old. Think about this. And destroyed my fertility, so she can't have kids. His lawyer accused me of seeking older men and laughed at me in the courtroom and saved my rapist from jail. His lawyer's name was Hillary Clinton. Think
Right.
about that laugh. And this little girl that was brutalized that so hard that it put her into a coma. She probably almost died. 12 years old.
Yeah.
Does anybody know any 12-year-olds?
I saw somebody yesterday still talking about Hillary Clinton, like, oh, if we'd only had Hillary Clinton as president. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, and then this one, let me blow it up a little bit. So I don't know where you got this, but as a 27-year-old staff attorney for the House Judiciary Committee during the Watergate investigation, Hillary Rodham was fired by her supervisor, lifelong Democrat Jerry Zeifman. When asked why Hillary Rodham was fired, Zeifman said in an interview, because she was a liar, she was an unethical, dishonest lawyer. She conspired to violate the Constitution, the rules of the House, the rules of the committee, and the rules of confidentiality.
Yeah.
Nice
So she
work.
was right on. You could see her path to the presidency right there.
I'll sell out. Anytime
Yeah,
you need me to.
I'll do the worst of the worst. I swear to God, that's what they do. Like, I know this is nothing in comparison to Hillary Clinton crimes, but even Gavin Newsom, he's going out of his way to show that he's a racist, that he's because he wants the DNC nomination. I'll show you how awful I can be. I swear.
I'll kiss it. I'll lick
do.
any boot that you put in front of me. Ivy League law schools aren't sending us their best, right?
No, that's the thing. The institutions are all compromised too. That's part of it all, folks.
Bernie Sanders won the Washington State caucus to be the Democratic Party nominee for president in 2016. The Washington State Democratic Party changed us from a caucus to a primary after Bernie won.
Oh, wow. Yep.
And I think in West Virginia or somewhere too, he actually had one, but at the convention, they didn't count it.
Yeah.
I think it was West Virginia. What do you want to do next?
I want to add to the stage just one more graphic.
We got the Paul Walker car explosion and the
yeah, I think we'll skip some of these things. It's already
Okay.
1:42.
Oh man.
These are different people who either were exposing pedophilia or working on documentaries. All of them died mysteriously, folks. So the list really goes on and on and on. I mean, it's just horrible. Oops, sorry.
Oh, well, there. Go ahead. That's fine.
Oh, I know.
Get it out of the way.
Tel Aviv was magnificent. The world's view of Israel is just not reality. You are strong, you are brave, you are confident, and I fucking love you, Israel. I love you. It kind of, and we're going to get into the ball segment here now. It get into the mentality where, I mean, now I was reading some things and I was like, the guy was saying, so now you see why Israelis are completely okay with killing Palestinian children. I mean, they're okay with it because it fits their ideology. And I'm sorry, I don't want me to pick on all Israelis, but there's a large, unfortunately, there is a large.
Well, while you're doing that, I think we should show the 1913 thing. But while we're doing that, we'll briefly go over what is in our show notes. Oprah's jet at Epstein Island 17 times. Girls kidnapped at her school in Africa.
Right.
There's one.
Yep.
Wayfair sells kidnapped children.
Oh, God. Let's show the Wayfair one. I'm sorry.
I'll keep reading while you get that ready.
Okay.
Zelensky is a child trafficker.
Yes, he is,
Zelensky
folks.
appoints child traffickers. So do you see why everybody is like, oh, we got to support Ukraine. And, we also have to support Israel. Do you see what's happening here? Do you see?
Yeah. And this will take a while for things to get out, but it is turning out that was a part of a bigger picture with Ukraine. The biolabs, the child trafficking, and people theorize, I don't know, they theorize that that is why Putin was getting children out of Ukraine and into Russia. And as we always say, it's like, it's always projection, right? Always projection. And sure enough, and they accused, and I think the UN said that Putin had committed a war crime by kidnapping these children, right? That's the thing they pick on for Putin to give him a war, because they are the ones who do it. They are the ones who do it. So that's why.
Not necessarily the UN. We
not the
don't know
UN
that yet,
but
yeah.
No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put those two together.
Yeah, we're not saying, not all Germans, not all Israelis. Of course not.
No.
Nothing is a monolith.
Right.
But when you're talking about a country, you're talking about who runs the country and the actions of the government. Just like when we talk about the U.S., we're not talking about the American people. We're talking about who's running the United States. Just to clarify, because that's not how we roll here. Did you want to do the deep state and the 1913 one?
I'm going to do the Wayfair one first.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. And thank you for sticking with us. This is a long episode.
Yeah.
But oh my God, we cut out so much stuff.
Let me know.
We cut out so much stuff.
Let me know when it's ready.
It's ready.
Fair conspiracy from back in 2020. The one where they were listing these ordinary looking storage cabinets and pillows at insane prices, like $8, $9, even over $10,000. And get this, the product names matched those of missing girls, often the exact same cabinet, but with different girls' names and varying sky-high prices. The implication was dark. Human trafficking hidden in plain sight, right on a mainstream e-commerce site. Mainstream media, like the BBC, dismissed it as a false conspiracy theory. Wayfair clapped back, claiming they used algorithms to name products, that these were industrial-sized units for commercial use, and weird pricing glitches from a workaround where items defaulted to $9,999 until the real price kicked in. Yeah, sure. But hold on, because this rabbit hole just got deeper with the Epstein files dropping bombshells that make you question everything. Let's rewind to the specifics that fueled the fire. In 2019, a 17-year-old girl from Ohio named Samaya went missing. Days later, Wayfair lists a Samaya 5-shelf storage cabinet for nearly $13,000. Then in 2020, 16-year-old Yuritsa from Connecticut vanishes. Boom, Yuritsa storage cabinet hits the site for under $14,000. May 2020, 14-year-old Annabelle from Kansas City disappears. Same deal. Annabelle unit for just under $11,000.
Now I'm going to stop it, but I just want to add that Wayfair does come in the Epstein files. It is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it is in there. I can't remember the context, but yeah.
Oh, and also, I know you talked about their Epstein's Fortnite was reactivated recently, then shut down. And we just learned that his FedEx account is still active.
Yeah.
So is he alive? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Kind of hard to say. You want to do the 1913 one?
Yeah, this one's kind of cool, folks. Again, big picture stuff.
Hang on. Is it ready?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, that 1913 was the year we actually lost control of our country, right? Oh, and just for historical context, World War I started in 1914. I mean, look, I'm sure that was a coincidence, but let me just tell you all the things that were created in 1913. First, the Federal Reserve, which is neither federal nor has any reserves. It's basically a private bank that just controls all of our money. Second thing created in 1913 was the IRS. And I'm sure it's just a coincidence that it was created the exact same year that a private bank took over all of our money. Yeah, I'm sure it's a coincidence that that was the year they started taxing you. Like, you work, they print, and then you pay them back with interest. Yeah, that makes sense. The next thing created was the Rockefeller Foundation. Yeah, and let's be real, that was all about philanthropy. It's not like they took control of medicine, education, science, and basically the health of the world. I mean, let's be real, all they were doing was donating money. Yeah, it's not like they were buying control of everything. Oh, and that worked out so well, right? Because people are healthier and more self-sufficient than ever, right? Oh, yeah. Also in 1913 was the American Cancer Society. I mean, that sounds like a good thing, right? That can't possibly be bad, except it was completely funded by extremely wealthy people. But even though it was a charity, they never really gave to anyone. No, they just took their money and invested in pharmaceutical drugs. Oh, and chemo. Yeah, instead of taking that money and investing in companies that were trying to find a cure, no, we'll just invest in companies that use chemicals from the military that were later banned. Yeah, that's a good thing to keep fucking putting into people. Then also created in 1913, the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, which sure, yeah, it's about civil rights. Yeah, totally. It's not about censoring people or, silencing critics. And then in 1914, we had World War I. And that became the first war ever that private industry profited from war. The private industry that's owned by the same families that created the Fed, the IRS, the Rockefeller Foundation, the American Cancer Society, the ADL. Again, just a coincidence. Oh, I'd also like to point out that a year prior to 1913, 1912, yeah, that was when the Titanic sank. And it's funny how 3 of the wealthiest individuals on that ship were the loudest voices opposed to central banking. Oh, and there's also the little tidbit that JP Morgan was supposed to be on that boat, but he canceled at the last second. But yeah, that's conspiracy. That's tinfoil hat talk. So what's happened since 1913? Well, the dollar has lost 99% of its value. Our debt has just become like a number that we ignore. Middle class getting fucked daily. War is now an industry instead of a conflict. Oh yeah, and your money isn't real anymore. Like it's just not real. It's not backed by anything. It's just numbers on a paper that private bank prints. So guys, look, if you're worried about America being conquered or, a rebellion or it being taken over, I just want you to recognize that you're more than 100 years too late. That shit already happened.
Yep. Right. That's big picture. I do like. Okay,
I hadn't seen that. That was great.
I mean, maybe the Titanic is a little tinfoil.
I don't know.
I mean, again, I'm not gonna, theorize.
Well, I mean, why would you sail that boat through iceberg territory?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My husband was very into the Titanic stuff.
Okay. Oh,
it just doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right.
And then not have enough lifeboats.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Anywho,
we're almost at 2 hours, and
we haven't got to the ball.
Well, you know what? We could do a real quick.
You got to do the sketch because it's freaking great.
Okay. All right.
I love this sketch.
I know it's good. It's good. All right. So the part that is missing is it's a little shortened. He gets a contract for a record deal with a record company, and then they cut to this.
Oh, I want to show you this.
Oh, so yeah, well, we got to talk about it.
Okay, but go ahead. Let me know when it's ready. And then we can give an overview of the rest, so we can try to end it too. If we can.
Yeah.
Okay, it's there. It's on. Go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, he did die mysteriously, folks, and I had never seen him, but he's brilliant. He was brilliant. But yeah, folks, that's the world that is Hollywood. And oh, you know what? Gosh, I know let's do the little
the 1933 Zionist film. I think the second one is actually better. The Israel flag already there. You can really see it. I don't know. Up to you though.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to do the little 5-second the voice.
Oh yeah, do that one too.
Because it just ties into that right there.
Yeah.
That was
Iran burned this, and look whose flags are on it, and Israel's mad.
Yeah, I don't.
But anyway, we'll see why. Yeah, do the voice. Super creepy.
Except I don't remember where you put it.
Oh, it should be there. Let's see. Oh my gosh, where is it?
All right, we're gonna have to skip it. I'm not sure what happened to it. All right, so we will do just so this.
Oh, it's underneath the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, it's super short. So.
Burning statues.
Under the Lady Gaga.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is super short, folks. And
yeah, just a reminder of
who we're dealing with here.
Yep, it's ready.
Sorry about the use of the word bitch here. Inappropriate.
Gotcha, bitch.
Are you paying attention?
And, you know, I would not have known. I mean, that would have gone right past me. But, and, you know, there's one of Billie Eilish saying, I love babies. This is a couple years ago. And I drink blood and it's great. And again, I'm not tying Billie Eilish to this.
It's just weird that these people are saying these things, in my opinion. And that's very specific hand movements.
Right. Oh, no, that's absolutely not something that can be explained any way else. Yeah. And then there's the one of who's the comedian, blonde woman came out on her TV show and then had a talk show later. Help me, folks.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres at the Grammys handing out pizza. Do you remember? Did you see that sketch? It's so creepy. Everyone's like, okay, this isn't really funny. It doesn't, you know, she was handing out pizza. It was creepy.
I don't know. But play that.
So
I missed that. I don't know the reference really.
Pizzagate is the reference.
Oh, she was making fun of it.
I think she was giving cues, but I don't actually know what year that was done. So,
you got this one ready?
Is it ready?
Yeah, just make it big and then we're ready to go.
All right. This might look performative to most, but you have no idea how many influential people in the world this video has pissed. Iran knows exactly what it's doing. They created this statue so they could burn it at this protest.
So this was what year?
Last 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So that was a protest in Iran a couple of days ago. Now let's show the
little film. That's what I was thinking.
Right. Yes. Yeah. But I wanted to show that people know exactly what's going on with this. I learned about Baal like 3 days ago, but folks know about this stuff. And this is part of it's all tied into Jeffrey Epstein, because that whole crowd was doing the Baal worship. They do child sacrifice. They do drinking of blood. I mean, it's that's why this all ties in together.
Yep.
All right, so let me do you said the second.
I thought the second one was better.
Okay, Israeli flag already there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and also because Israel was booed at the Olympics, there's been civilian shootings by the IOF, and the rail system was bombed.
Right.
That's something we didn't get to today.
Yeah.
So they're attacking Italy now. Do you see how this goes? Is it ready?
Yeah, and do you see it?
Is it this one? No, that's the picture.
Okay, hold on.
I don't see it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go.
Yep, there it is.
All right, and folks, this is 1933 Soldier Field in Chicago. I was looking for the Bears. I don't see them.
A new day dawns, the 20th century, with hopes of freedom, happiness, and peace.
There's the Israeli flag, 25 years before Israel was created.
Getty Images. Yeah.
Yes.
There's Baal.
There's the Baal statue, folks. And this is baby sacrifice right here, or child sacrifice. Pretty gross.
Hopefully it's not a real baby.
Yeah, I don't.
Symbolic.
Yeah, I don't know. Soldier Field.
I hope. I'm just trying to remain a little.
So creepy as fuck. And that was 1933, Soldier Field. And so, yeah. And again, we cannot prove all of the things that we presented. It's conspiracy theory stuff, but it was amazing how when the Epstein files broke, just conspiracy theories just all came back. We all are re-looking at them, right? From a new perspective, because we're getting a whole lot of proof of things in the Epstein files, and things will continue. Like you said, a lot of leaders in Europe are resigning, and I don't know if they've arrested anyone, but
yeah. So the last thing, you don't have to present it. I'm just going to read it. This is from Yvonne Scott, which is it's 3 a.m.
I can show it though. Sure.
That's on Substack, and this new rule about people being liable for their platforms could mess up Substack, which is where I get most of my information. So she's quoting Rivera's son, which wrote The Dandelion Revolution, which I have not read yet, but swears by it. So this is from Rivera's son. This is what it means to live in a time of great change, to be part of the largest social movement this country has ever seen. It's also going to get more intense. We need to be in this for the long haul, which requires us to practice self-care as part of our resistance. Amidst all that is going on, the good, the bad, and the ugly, we're all just human beings trying to do our best. Our families, communities, nation, world, and earth need our support right now. And to offer that, we also have to do our best to tend to our bodies, hearts, minds, and souls. I hope you all have a chance to take a breath soon. Maybe take a breath right now. And another one more.
Thank you, Yvonne, for that. That's really, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's rough, folks. We're in a rough period. It's really, there were so many videos. There was a guy screaming at us. We don't do revolution. We don't, I mean, it's difficult.
We're not radical.
Well, it was just him saying, and it's kind of true. And I've said this before on our show, that, places that really advanced in terms of caring for people. I mean, again, you could argue about specifics, but China and Russia, they both had revolutions. We haven't. The only real revolution was slave revolts and African Americans. That was a revolution. And during the Civil War, when they, on their own, that doesn't get publicized much. But yeah, no,
because they don't want us to know about how people can rise up and actually take their power back. Ooh.
But no, I think this is, I think it also, we have to
practice self-care, because we have to be strong for the fight. That's what I tell people.
Okay.
I really liked what the monks are doing, and I've adopted this. When you get up in the morning, do not touch your phone. Go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, that kind of thing, and just kind of reset, and then write down, today will be my peaceful day. Write it down. Writing it down gives it more permanence, and then say it out loud. It does help. But it only takes you 5 minutes, or if you just ignore your phone for another hour, I think it's good for us. Because it's not going anywhere. You're not going to miss out.
Yeah. And I want to thank folks for staying with us. This was a long and brutal show. And we skipped a whole bunch too.
We covered most of it.
Yeah. But
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we've got to break this empire, folks. It's going to be the death of us all if we don't. It just is. And in fact, so much of what I did this week in our show was put into next week, because I delved more into the whole medical, Bill Gates, vaccines. I mean, again, in the conspiracy theory stuff now has a different look to it. when we're
Yeah.
really, I mean,
So we might as well look at it and talk about it. Not saying we believe everything, just saying this needs to be talked about.
right.
And in that vein, this Wednesday's guests coming up are Dan Ashurst and Ben Nagy from Fairvote, Illinois. To talk about
ranked choice voting. Yes. And I used to work with Fairvote, Illinois. They are great folks. I don't know these two people. I think I was working with them a few years back.
Yeah, I think they're fairly new.
And it's a great organization. They're trying to get ranked choice voting, which I think, it's definitely would be a tool for people who can't get out of this thinking that they are helping the other side by not voting, their party or
red and blue.
Right, red or blue. And so it's a nonpartisan organization, but it just is, it's very beneficial. I wish we had that everywhere. It would be wonderful.
Yeah. You could actually vote for what you actually want. No more voting out of fear. No more lesser evil.
Right.
And, should Greens or third parties break through at some point, we need to level the playing field of people, how we get on the ballot. Because in Illinois, it is vastly unfair. It is super big gatekeeping by the Democratic Party because those are the people that are in charge.
Right. In Illinois.
In Illinois.
Yeah.
In other places, it's the Republicans. So it's just whoever's in charge.
Yeah.
We need people to sign up at ilgp.org to help us petition to get our candidates on the ballot. We now have 7 going on 8 candidates running in Illinois.
Yes.
We need petitioners. We need volunteers. We need, money if you can do it. Yeah. So
and you can actually reach out to me. My email address is scott.free@ilgp.org because I'm kind of organizing the petitioners. And please just check out our website, ilgp.org.
I think it's the first thing that pops up. It's the signature pledge.
Right.
Soon to be changing. We're going to change the front page, hopefully soon, to be our candidates.
Yes.
We just got 3 more to sign on. So now we're ready to go. That starts on February 25th. So sign up and then you will get all the information, or come to our Thursday Zoom, 8 p.m. Central Time, and talk to us. We'll tell you about petitioning and anything else you want to know. And come. It's kind of a meet and greet, hangout, community check-in. So.
And everybody, thank you so much for checking us out and supporting us. And please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you.
Yeah, if you want a free Palestine, you have to vote Green Party.
Yeah, there you go. Free Palestine, everybody.
All right. See you on Wednesday.
An uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising, we're rising up. It's an uprising. Fight the power. It's an uprising. Fight the power.
Free Palestine, free humanity.